Alright. Good. Oh, wait. Where's she at? Here she is. Alright, Nibani Maesa. I've done it. I've done not only the 4th trial, but the 5th trial as well of the 7 visions. The prophecy is being fulfilled. After all of this work that has been accomplished, what do you have for me next? Surely there's not an imminent, massive lore dump coming, right? Surely that isn't about to happen. When we had last left the Nerevarine, they were headed out into the Ashlands, into their Abanimson camp, a Ashlander camp that was undergoing a strange period in its time. Yes, the current overruling Ashkan and their Gulakons and all their other friends were kind of dicks. But there was another. One who wasn't a dick, but wasn't particularly cool either. And so the Nerevarine acted, killing the others, killing the dicks, and installing the new and now less reluctant Ashkan for the Arabanimson. And so they were all quite happy with this, and they said, okay, I guess you are the Nerevarine, dude. And now it was time to head back to the Urshulaku once more, for perhaps this spelled the completion of the 5th trial of the 7 visions. This is the Elder Scrolls 3, Morrowind. This is Morrowind Mondays. Welcome back. Sorry, I had to break up the tension with a little It got a little too intense for me. All right. Do you think we can get back? What's our best route back? I mean, we could run up there from here, or pop a little quick save, and we recall, right? Let's recall back to our little home base, huh? We can even drop off a bunch of junk, which frankly, I wish I had thought of this at the end of the last one, because I could have like stowed a bunch of shit here on the ground, as I've been doing. Okay.
My prices are the best.
No, I'm sorry. I'm dumping shit everywhere. Let's see. Glass staff. Yep. How about this? The wind of a Haas. Racer beak. Don't need that. What else? Should we hold on to a Jink Blade? Yeah, because we can dump off the Silver Staff of Peace. Excellent. A Daedric Katana. Definitely drop that. Okay, how about over here? A Glass Cuirass. Some boots. I still continually forget how you pronounce that. Okay, and we've got all these clothing items here. You know what? Let's stash them up here in our, like, big wardrobe. Right? Seems like a fitting place to do it. Alright. Apparel. Delete that. Stash all this. We're not wearing... Or we are wearing a nice, like, shirt item, right? Oh, are we not? Or does it conflict with... Oh yeah, we weren't. Huh. Weird. Okay. I guess we did in the interest of saving encumbrance. But fuck it, right? Okay. There we go. We could sort through all of these, but it'll take a million years. You know? It'll just take a million years. I'll pop that over there. Okay. Are we good? Yeah, I think we're good. Let's head on out now. What time of day is it? Should we wait now? Yeah, maybe we... Well, no, because we're going to actually take a Strider on out of here, aren't we? In fact, let's hit up some Divine Intervention. There we go. God, I almost just clicked delete. It was a button there, and I was just like, I'm just going to click the button, you know? Oh, shit, I should have gone with Elm CV. What a fool I am. Here we are. Oh, great. The price we must pay for our foolishness. There we are. Good. Got a fortune cookie earlier today for lunch. that basically seem to be like calling me a giant fool. I feel like this is like the second potentially negative fortune cookie I've ever opened in my life. I'm not a superstitious person, right? But I do think it's funny that I've happened upon two, like, and they, like, I know there's those, like, gag fortune cookies and stuff where it always says something, like, shitty, like, haha, you smell like a dick, haha, your farts come out of your mouth, right? It says stuff like that, and you're like, oh, God, no! I just wanted to eat lo mein! But, these were just, like, seemingly regular ones, and it was just like, you're a fucking fool. I don't remember what exactly it said. Alright, let's head on over here. Aldrun. Good. And then, head on over here. To... oh, fuck. Cool. There we go.
Walk,
right.
You can ride.
And then let's wait for 3 hours, or rest even. And we'll hold off on a level. There we are. Good. Okay. And we can pin our map. Great. We'll head on over across our merry way that we usually typically take. Wonderful. There's the dreamer chilling out here, shirtless as hell. Just having a good time next to the giant Kwama. What's not to love? Let's snipe the scrib that's typically out here. Get some... well, I guess we don't really need any XP anymore. I'm just taking pot shots for fun now, huh? Okay. Our marksman is capped out, I believe. Okay. Let's head on up here. Now this will be a shot not for fun, but for business. Oh gosh. If I can even get up here. There we are. Lovely. Alright. Boom. Great. You love how, like, when it started flying at us, the bolt flew at, like, nothing, but the hitbox was there, right? That's the difference between using marksman if you're a new Morrowind player or an experienced one. It may look like I was shooting at nothing, but believe you me, gentle viewer, its hitbox was definitely there. Oh, fuck. Alright. There we go. Oh, fuck. Ooh, there we are. Good. Munch on that. Oh, no dice. Alright. Cool. Also, you know, if you've been around the channel for a long-ass time, you will know I'm really not that big of a milestone person. But, hey, it's Morrowind Mondays, and probably maybe before this video goes up or after some point, probably like less than 24 hours it seems. Unless something really wild happens. I don't know, I'm not, who knows? But, we'll probably hit 100 grand subs on the channel, which, I don't know, like I've said before in past annuals, the sub counter is nice, I guess, when you hit those big thresholds and they, like, send you a plaque or whatever. That'll be fun, right? But otherwise, I don't derive too much meaning from it, you know? It doesn't really correspond directly with, like, your active viewership, your watch time, your, like, revenue, shit like that, you know? It's just a fun number, right? Okay, let us head on over here. But hey, very fitting that the most recent video that will be going or have gone up will be Morrowind Mondays, right? Which will be the video that, oh shit. Morrowind Mondays is what we fucking started up the channel with, officially. Right, there's older videos, but they were just old, weird shit. Okay. There we are. Got you. Okay, good. But I figure we'll probably talk about more during the annual this year. We'll reflect more. Right. Okay. Jeez, what are we in combat with out here?
What do you want?
Listen to that. Is there like a fucking elit on the other side or what? Can't see anything. We're besieged by some sort of monster.
I'm listening. Go ahead.
I can hear someone walking, but I think it's just this regular person. Yeah, I have no idea what it is that we've aggroed. Huh.
I'm listening.
Is it like a rat or something caught in between the yurts? Have the yurts, like, trapped some sort of little ratling? I mean, I guess we can go on without taking it out, but it's... I don't know. It kind of annoys me ever so slightly. Whew! I guess it'll just be out here, right? Let's sweep this end of the perimeter. Yeah, what the hell? Something is causing me to be in combat here. Oh, it's a Kagudi, but I don't think that's it. Yeah, I'm being chased by a fucking big old Triceratops mouth monster. There we go. Jeez. Taking off the weird boots. Yeah, see, we're still in combat. Oh, is it that Strider? Yeah, that Strider is locked onto me, I think. Or at least it's trying to fly. Can I bop it from all the way back here? Am I bopping it? Did I bop it? Let's see. Let's equip these. Hey! Nailed it! Alright, great. Alright, fuck yes. Oh man, we're out of arrows. It's fine. We got fucking A and fucking B. Okay. Let's head on over and talk with... Oh, should we talk to the Ashkan? I know, like, speaking to Nibani Maesa is more, like, imperative. So yeah, let's talk with the Ashkan first.
Yes, Lyle Schnub. I promise you my aid and counsel.
Yo, guess what, Sulmatul? Got that 5th trial done.
Thus are joined the 4 tribes of the Ashlanders under one leader, Lyle Schnub, the Nerevarine, Ahimusa, Zainab, Erebenimson, and Ursulaku. Together, we'll hunt the creatures of Dagothur.
Oh, wow. If only they actually did that. If only we could see that in action. Alright. Let's go meet again with Nibani Maesa.
Yes, what do you
I see this
Alright.
one suits you.
Good. Oh, wait. Where's she at? Here she is. Alright, Nibani Maesa. I've done it. I've done not only the 4th trial, but the 5th trial as well of the 7 visions. The prophecy is being fulfilled. After all of this work that has been accomplished, what do you have for me next? Surely there's not an imminent, massive lore dump coming, right? Surely that isn't about to happen.
I'm never too busy for good talk.
Alright. Perhaps the most infamous one of them all, I feel. Alright. You are the Nerevarine. Ask and I shall answer, with Azura's blessing. Maybe not infamous, right, but certainly a big one, if I remember correctly. Alright. Nerevarine. You have been named Nerevarine by the 4 tribes of Vardenfell. You have fulfilled that part of the prophecy. Ursulaku, Ahimusa, Zainab, and Erebenimson have all named you Nerevarine. You have fulfilled the 5th trial of the 7 visions. Tell me about the Ahimusa. You have been named Nerevarine. Oh, okay, same. Just slightly altered? No, exactly the same even. Yeah, okay. Ursulaku, yep. Zainab, yep, cool. Love to hear it. Love to hear it, Nibani Maesa. Okay. 5th trial. Oh, okay. What about number 6? What's next? I was blind, but Azura's star has guided me through my dreams. Vivec's high priest, Saryoni, has asked to see you when you are Hortitor and Nerevarine. Go to him, and demand to speak with the false god Vivec. Vivec has tried to keep Kagranak's tools secret, but you will need these tools when you stand before Dagothur. Get Kagranak's tools from Vivec. They are the keys to the riddle of the 6th and 7th trials. Okay. Tell me about Degathur. Anything new? I don't think so. How about Kagranak's tools? I think that's new. Yeah. In the Lost Prophecy, Star-Blessed Hand wields thrice-cursed blade. Gilvis Borello has told you of Kagranak's tools, the enchanted devices the Tribunal used to steal power from Lorkhan's heart. One of these tools is the Blade Keening. Your Star-Blessed Hand must wield Keening. If Vivec has this blade, it is your fate to take this blade from him. Oh man, it really sets you up for, like, combat here, doesn't it? But that's extremely not what happens. Unless you count going through a fucking wiki combat. Alright, let's see. 7 trials? You have been named Hortator and Nerevarine. Now you have passed the 4th and 5th trials. Now the 6th and 7th trials lie before you. Vivec's High Priest Saryoni has... Oh, okay, same. Yeah. 7th trials is also the same? Oh, different. I was blind, but is there... Oh, no, wait, what? Okay, it is mostly the same. Okay, never mind. Fair enough. You would think that we would need to go back to...
Is there something you need?
Back to the dissident priests for all of this, but you extremely do not need to, right? You would think that after you met with the dissident priests at their cool little hangout base and all of that, you know, where the door only opens up at that certain special time of day and all that shit, very cool, very in theme for the main quest, you would think that that would end up becoming like a base of operations, you know, similar to, oh, what's it called? In Skyrim Land, where the fucking wall hangs out, where Alduin's wall is. Gosh, what's that? Where the blades all chill and everything. Which you don't really go back there too many times, but it does feel like a kind of base of operations, doesn't it? Right, especially since you can recruit people to it and whatnot. Or even High Hrothgar kind of feels like it. Or a really good example, in Oblivion. Fucking Cloud Ruler Temple. How am I remembering Cloud Ruler Temple but not the name of the fucking place in Skyrim? Jeez. I guess to be fair, it has been a while since we went there. Alright, let us recall back. There we are. Good. Okay. Oh shit. Okay. Let's get some restoratives going. Get some magicka. Oh, whoops, not that. Okay, get one of those. There we are. Great. Okay. Let's head on out now. And we can speed on along over to the Silt Strider. Right? Or no, wait. Yeah, I keep forgetting. We'll just sound CV over. There we are. Wonderful. Okay. Good. And then we can haul our keister on over to Vivec. Yeah. There we are. Take the Strider. I don't know why I pulled out... Oh, shit. Let's get some fucking ammo. Holy hell. Let's see. Haven't I dumped some out here? Do I have, like, an ammo dump zone?
Worthy of your attention.
Not here. Alright. Let's see. Guild of Fighters. In here. Oh, shit. Man, have we gone through all the fucking ammo? Whoa.
Welcome, friend. We extend you our warm...
Have I really blasted all of it the fuck away? No way! Oh my god, I guess I have.
May you find...
Jeez. Alright. Oh, fuck. Let's go back into the Guild of Fighters and we'll pick up a few arrows and
Outlander, did
of
you
standard quality. There we are. That'll do. Or should we get silver ones? Yeah, let's get silver ones. F it. Right? Okay. Lower that by a bit. Cool. Alright. Lovely, and then we'll equip them. Great. Have this at the ready, and let's also repair real quick before I forget. There we are. And while our fatigue is up, right? Beautiful. Okay, now let's head on over to Vivec, right? Head on over that way, and we will see what all we have to do for this incredible encounter and super showdown.
Same low.
There we are. Great. Man, you know what else? This almost, like, this is such a huge ass, what we're about to hit. It's such a big ass, like, important lore dump as well, that I can't help but feel like this was also a rushed part of the game, you know? Like, they were struggling to meet deadlines, so they cut out quest content here, toward the end of it. Because it, like, at this point, it moves extremely fast relative to the other two trials that we had just undergone. Or relative to the entirety of the main quest, right? Because to even learn about that shit when you're doing the quest for Caius and all of that, like, that's a good chunk of time and all of that, where you're just, like, meeting the other blades and whatnot, and getting introduced to even the prophecy and, like, the vague concepts of shit in Morrowind, you know? And then, yeah, like, for real, it does feel like there would at least be a period where you go back and forth with the dissident priests at Hall of Mayan, right? It 100% feels that way, similar to how you did with Caius, similar to how you did with Nibani Maesa, you know? Because even if you ignore, like, the Hortator and Ashlander Nerevarine quests, you still have a few quests where you go back and forth from Nibani Maesa and Sul Matul at Urshalaku camp, you know? And it totally feels like Hall of Mayan should be another one of those, and it would cover shit more so in this region, you know? In fact, maybe that was originally, like, one of the plans. That way there'd be, like, big main quest hubs in each of the primary regions or whatever. Like, there's one here, sort of near the starter area. Then you move up and around here, right? There's some over this way. And you get some along the coast or so, right? I don't know. Huh. Or maybe originally, when they were mapping out and storyboarding Morrowind's quest, remember, I can't help but remember now, all of the mainland of Morrowind early on in development was intended to be in there. I wonder if this is when you would have naturally gone to the mainland. Huh. Maybe this is where it would fit in, because it feels very odd right now, right? Especially with how quickly things are going to move. It feels like it still kind of works and all of that, but it's extremely fast-paced relative to the rest of the main quest. I wonder if this is... Oh, shit. Whoops. I wonder if this is where they had to cut stuff that would have originally sent you to the mainland. Okay. Let's see. Over here. Hall of Justice. I think it's this one, right? Yeah, Hall of Wisdom, isn't it? No, it's up higher, isn't it? Yeah. It's in one of these little doohickeys. High Fame. There we are.
Annoying outlanders.
Hey, Tholer Saryoni.
Talk now. Go.
Whoa, I thought you did want to talk.
We're here to discuss the temple's doctrine on the Nerevarine, Lyle Schnub.
Okay. Well, let's do it. Tell me more about the Nerevarine first.
You're the one they call the Nerevarine. You are a heretic, and all who support you are heretics. You may think Imperial law protects heretics, and you may be right, but some of the Temple faithful care little for Imperial law.
And let's talk about the doctrine.
The Temple must protect the people from false doctrines, and your association with Imperial intelligence makes your motivations and integrity suspect. But you have been chosen Auditor and Nerevarine by the Dunmer people, and we have reached a crisis with Dagother. We can no longer defend the people against the awakened Sixth House. You and your prophecies may represent our last hope. Our situation is desperate, but I would rather have you hear the details of our situation and the circumstances leading up to that situation from Lord Vivec himself. He has asked to see you. Would you agree to a private meeting with him and hear in person what he has to say?
Yeah, I'll meet with Vivec. No, I don't trust you. Sure, I'll meet. But of course, we have every reason not to trust them right now, you know? Especially after, not too long ago, we went into their, conversion prison, right? Alright, yeah, I'll meet with Vivec.
Good. Here are 2 keys. One to the private back entrance to my quarters, the other to a locked entrance to Lord Vivec's palace. I regret that, at present, the Ordinators are not completely under my control. So, for now, I'll ask you avoid confrontations with them. Lord Vivec is expecting you. His lordship is remarkably patient, but perhaps it would be better not to keep him waiting.
Oh. Very weird that you give me the key to your back entrance and all of that. But you don't actually tell me to... Right, because we can just walk by Ordinators without talking to them, right? Huh. Yeah, I don't know. Alright, sure. Oh, do you have anything else to say? I didn't even check. Temple's doctrine.
Lord Vivec is expecting you. His lordship is remarkably patient, but perhaps it would be better not to keep him waiting.
What did we write in our journal? Nibani Maesa says I must go to Vivec's high priest, Saryoni, and demand to speak with the false god Vivec. I like how we're just out and out now, writing it in pen and paper. She says Kagranak's tools are the keys to the riddle of the 6th and 7th trials, and that I must get them from Vivec. Archcanon Saryoni has suggested that the temple's policy concerning the Nerevarine might change, and has arranged a private meeting with Lord Vivec. He gave me 2 keys, one to the private back entrance to his quarters, the other to a locked entrance to Lord Vivec's palace. He says the Ordinators are not under his control, and asks that I avoid them. Lord Vivec is expecting me, and perhaps I shouldn't keep him waiting. Yeah, wow. It really, really sounds like we're going to have a super showdown, huh? Oh, yeah.
Moving.
Look, they don't have anything to say. What was the purpose of giving me the backdoor key? I don't get that. Oh, okay. Oh shit, now I'm just lost. Maybe that was the purpose. Okay. Sure. Oh, fuck me. Okay, let's swap to local map. Down here. Hall of Justice, no. Over this way. St. Holmes, that's where we want.
Quickly, Outlander.
See, yeah, we can just walk by all the Ordinators and they don't really, immediately go on to attack you. Is there a situation in which they will, though? Other than the obvious one, where you dome the specific piece of armor that pisses them off. I think, I don't think it, changes their threat or aggression level to you, right? To where they'll just, openly attack. I think you would have to, speak with them. In fact, let's actually just do it here real quick. Hang on, let me just quick save. Because I haven't actually done it in, forever, and maybe it doesn't even work how I'm thinking, you know? Here.
Faith, law, and justice. Walk on.
Faith?
Faith conquers all. Have faith in the law.
Law?
Theft, trespass, assault, foul murder, and contempt are serious crimes. Criminals must pay compensation or serve sentences of punitive labor.
Justice.
No foul deed goes unpunished. No wickedness goes unseen.
Okay. What do you have to say about the Nerevarine? Yeah. See? They don't even lose disposition. Huh. I could have sworn that there was, at some point... Maybe we've already gone past that point. But to where they could be hostile to you. Yeah, I can't remember exactly how it works. Evidently. Alright. Let's see. Do we need to get rid of any weird debuffs or anything? Since we're just standing right here, you know. Nah. We're good. Alright. And of course, you will notice, right, for anyone who has not played Morrowind or you're seeing this for the first time, you'll notice that this is just locked like normal, right? It doesn't require a key only. You can pick and probe your way in here. And in fact, that is like a valid way of going through the main quest line if you have some extra additional information, right? There we are. Good. Let's do a quick save. Okay. Good. I never know how to make Vivec sound. Like, all I have to go off of is how Vivec sounds in ESO, which I guess is fair enough. But at the same time, obviously the Dunmer in Vardenfell do not sound like Dunmer in Vardenfell during this time, right? They sound very different. I don't know. Alright. I expected you. We have business, you and I. Business? When I was young like you, I was very impatient. So I will keep our business short. Then, later, there may be time for other things. First, I propose to remove my curse upon the Nerevarine, end the persecution of the dissident priests, and proclaim to all Morrowind that Lyle Schnub is the incarnate and Nerevarine, the prophesied savior of Morrowind, and the last hope to withstand the menace of Dagothr and the Sixth House. These things I will do, whether you wish or not. Next, I propose to surrender to you the power and responsibility of defeating Dagothr. You may choose to refuse. I will not compel you. You will receive the power as a gift, in the form of an artifact called Wraithguard. You may accept the gift, then do with it as you will. You will receive the responsibility as an oath. You may give your oath, then keep it or break it as you like. First, will you accept Wraithguard as a gift? Yes, I accept Wraithguard. No, I refuse it. Maybe. It depends. I accept it. Good. Sensible of you. And now, will you give your oath before all gods and men, before all spirits visible and invisible, before my honor and your honor, to dedicate yourself and Wraithguard to the defeat and destruction of Dagothr and the preservation of Morrowind and its people? Yeah, so I swear. No, I shall not swear. Maybe, it depends. What the fuck? Yeah, so I swear. Not very sensible, but very good. I was hoping for someone who would have no hesitations about making such an oath. You will now have a brief, momentary sensation of time passing. Don't be alarmed. You are being taken out of time in order to avoid the unpleasant experience of learning how to use Wraithguard. It will be over before... There is a brief sensation of motion in total darkness, floating, but without a sense of weight or direction. You know it. I would love to see this play out cinematically, right? Like, whenever, if ever, Skywind happens, right? Like, surely they gotta add some gravity to that bit right there, you know? Like, fucking, like, almost as if whenever you use an Elder Scroll in Skyrim, right? There's gotta be some big flashy exposition moment for that. Specifically that moment, right? Surely. Or I don't know, maybe it's too difficult to pull off, right? Anyway. Now, I will notify the temple that you are our champion. There shall be no more persecution of the dissident priests, and I hope both sides shall swiftly be reconciled. We have time for questions if you like, or you may leave as you wish. But I think there are at least 2 things you ought to know before you leave. How to use Wraithguard, and how to defeat Dagoth. Right. I guess in a sense, what this is, we experience it all the time, you know? Like right now, it's presented as this weird mystical event where like time advances very rapidly and suddenly we're extremely skilled at using Wraithguard. But in reality, what that is just how we normally train at NPCs, right? We just click through it really quick, we fade to black a few dozen times or whatever as our money begins to dwindle, right? Vivec says all this shit, and then we also notice at the same time, he didn't say it, but our pockets get just a little bit lighter. Alright. Sure. Let's talk about defeating Dagoth. To defeat Dagoth, go to Red Mountain to recover the artifact hammer Sunder from the Gate Citadel Viminal. Then, recover the artifact blade Keening from Gate Citadel Odrosel. Then proceed with Wraithguard, Sunder, and Keening to the Citadel of Dagoth. Within the Citadel, find the heart of Lorkhan. Use the 3 artifacts to sever Dagoth's connection to the heart, and he will be destroyed, and the blight ended on Morrowind. To destroy Dagoth, you must sever his connection with the heart of Lorkhan. To do this, strike the heart with the artifact hammer Sunder once, then strike the heart more than once with the artifact blade Keening. You must wear Wraithguard, because you cannot handle either Sunder or Keening unless you are wearing Wraithguard. That is the short, simple explanation. Here is the long, detailed explanation, written down for your convenience. Read it, study it, commit it to memory. Okay. Well, let's exhaust all this stuff, right? Defeat Dagoth, let's say it again. I have given you a copy of my proposed plan. Read it, study it, commit it to memory. How come you couldn't just advance time for this one too? Right? How come you couldn't do that? Or was that actually not you, but actually Wraithguard itself equipping it? I've always assumed that it was Vivec. But maybe it's not, because in that circumstance, why doesn't Vivec just go run over the plan with me a few other times, right? Let's see. How about Dagoth? Dagoth is the former Lord High Counselor of House Dagoth. He was of Lord Nerevar's generation, older than we, and a mighty sorcerer and enchanted in life. In his sustained shadow immortality, he appears to be a highly intelligent, severely deluded immortal monster, with unparalleled supernatural abilities. He appears, by turns, lucid and deranged, compassionate and bestial, profoundly wise and profoundly disordered. In short, he is a mad god. Interesting that you can say that. Ooh, shit, council. You need to know, where is Dagoth? What are Dagoth's plans? Who are Dagoth's servants? Who is Dagoth? What? All right. This is the part that's... It sounds very wiki-ish, right? This sounds like you just picked up a fucking phone and you're on the fucking Vivec hotline, right? It's like, dial a number to reach this subroutine menu. Who is Dagoth? What are Dagoth's powers? What is known about Dagoth's defenses? How can I prepare for battle against Dagoth? Who can help? What the fuck? All right. Well, before we get into all that, how about we ask these other things, like business? Oh, God. Okay. Sure, business. All right, you know what? We're doing business next. Okay, never mind. We're not doing business. Not yet. That's the end. All right. Where is Dagoth? Dagoth has never ventured out of the Heart Chamber, the place under Red Mountain, where the heart of Lorkhan lies. It is there, or nearby, that he is constructing a new god, a Kula Khan, also known as Second Numidium. Which, granted, will carry a lot more weight if you have played or are familiar with Daggerfall, right? Okay, Dagoth's plans. We know nothing for sure, but we have learned much from interrogating Sixth House cultists and victims of dream compulsions. And from our study of Dagoth's actions, the temple scholars and inquisitors have prepared a document, Dagoth's plans. That's that's the document. They just stamp it on there with big red text and everything with the, square border around it. Don't open! That summarizes what we know or suspect. Take this copy. It's also available in my library and on Kindle. What the fuck? Okay. Let's see. How about servants? Dagoth's servants. Chief among his servants are his 7 brothers, the Ash Vampires, powerful Heartwights, and cunning sorcerers of old. These creatures appear to die, but are always revived at the heart. Somehow Dagoth has conferred some portion of his immortality upon them, or perhaps they sustain themselves through more conventional sorcery. Okay. I like how it is, in true Elder Scrolls fashion, open to interpretation. Alright. Dagoth. Oh, we already asked about. Yeah, right? Yeah. Okay, my bad. His powers. He is able to send his mind into the dreams of susceptible victims across vast distances. The victims are either swayed by his compulsions or driven mad. Very Professor X, very Charles Xavier, right? He also seems nearly invulnerable to physical and magical harm. His flesh and the flesh of his followers evolves towards a mutable magic form. Really? His flesh and the flesh of his followers evolves towards a mutable magical form. That is a fascinating way of describing Corpus, is it not? Huh. Dagoth and the highest ranks can control the distorted manifestations of their flesh. Lower ranks lose control of their bodies and become mindless Corpus monsters. Okay. And then Dagoth's defenses. Confer with the Ordinators and Buoyant Armigers garrisoning Ghostgate for the latest information about the defenses of this. For the latest information. If you would like the latest information on the defenses of the citadels of Dagoth and his Heartwight kin. Okay. And then prepare for battle. Prepare for war. Beyond the ghost fence, there are no safe places, no allies. Stockpile resources. Plan for retreat and replenishment. Quest for artifacts of power. Who can help? Ordinators and buoyant armigers stationed at Ghostgate have the most practical knowledge of the nightmare world inside the Ghost Fence. Seek them in my name for counsel and aid. I wonder if originally they had planned for, like, the interior of Ghostgate, especially closer to the center citadel, for it to have a lot more weird corpus flesh shit going on, you know? Like to just have, like, I don't know, some Akira shit, some Cronenberg shit going on everywhere, right? I don't know. It almost sounds as if that's what is being alluded to. Huh. Okay, before we click on business and all of its spin-offs here. Oh, we never asked about plans? Oh, we can ask about plans again. Let's do it. Dagother's plan summarizes what we know or suspect. You have a copy. It's also available in my library. Okay, and Red Mountain. In my library, I have made available 2 conflicting accounts of the events of Red Mountain. My own true account, and another false account, common among the Ashlanders, and preserved in the Apocrypha. I don't care whether you believe my account or not. I leave it up to you to judge which is true. Okay, and then let's click business again and actually read it this time. Actually, I believe we finished our business. I will notify the temple that you are our champion. There shall be no more persecution of the dissident priests, and I hope both sides shall swiftly be reconciled. Now, you are my guest. I am your host, and we have time for explanations, or counsel, or questions, or bitter recriminations if you like. Or you may leave, if you wish, as you wish. But I think before you leave, you should hear how to defeat Dagother, and how you must use the artifact Wraithguard. Okay, so let's start with some explanations. You want to know. This is once again back to the wiki, back to the phone line. Why did I wage war on the Nerevarine? Why did I try to suppress the Apocrypha? Why did I persecute the dissident priests? Why is Dagother winning the war? How does the tribunal fight Dagother? What are Wraithguard's powers? Why did you wage war on the Nerevarine? Why did I try to kill you? Because you threatened the faith of my followers, and I needed their faith to hold back the darkness. And I thought you were my enemy, a pawn of the subtle Daedra Lord Azura, or a pawn of Emperor Uriel Septim, or a simple fraud. Perhaps a hero, but not much of one if my faithful could destroy you. Now circumstances are altered. I need you, and you need me. Not anymore, though, right? Suppress the Apocrypha. Why did I suppress the Apocrypha? Because it was such an unfortunate mixture of truth, falsehood, and speculation that I couldn't afford to manage the confused reaction of our faithful. Any doubt whatsoever weakened their faith, and we needed their faith to give us the power to maintain the Ghost Fence. In retrospect, perhaps we lost the faith of those we most needed while preserving the faith of the meek and indifferent. Perhaps a mistake was made. Who can say? I love the, not indifference, but the, I don't know, not the lack of conviction, but the, like leaving it up to interpretation. It's very Elder Scrolls-y, right? Why did I persecute the dissident priests? Suppression and persecution of dissent is just one of the standard tools of statecraft. I believe we erred in trusting the judgment of Berel Salah. He and his ordinators served valiantly in the war against Dagother. We mistook his misplaced zeal for energy and dedication. Mistakes were made, but no more. There shall be no more persecution of the dissident priests, and I hope both sides shall swiftly be reconciled. It really sounds as if there should have been like a big moment of conflict between the player character, the Nerevarine, and Burrell Salah. Even if it doesn't end up being violent, there should have at least been like a proper confrontation, you know? I don't know. Because like I said, this is all very rapidly swept under the rug. Huh. Okay. Why is Dagothr winning the war? Dagothr is winning because he is close to the source of power, Lorkhan's heart, and because he retains the passion of madness, while we have settled into the lonely and unrewarding posture of dogged dutifulness and perseverance. And finally, very poetic, right, of the warrior poet. And finally, perhaps because he is stronger and smarter than we are, and his followers are more fervent and fanatical. I believe we were careless and complacent and outwitted, and in the manner of denying the Nerevarine, we were foolish. I do sort of like analyzing and comparing the Sixth House with the Tribunal Temple, right? And how it carries out its own, like, sort of the same shit that the Tribunal Temple does. Only it's even more extreme, right? Already, what the Tribunal Temple does is kind of fucked, right? But the Sixth House is like an even worse fucked up version of it, right? Like with regards to how they indoctrinate people into their own belief system and correct people, right? They do it by like not just violence, because of course the Tribunal Temple in some ways employs violence, right? Inside of the Ministry of Truth, inside of Bardal, right? By way of imprisonment and hard labor and like corporal punishment, I would assume, at the hands of the Ordinators, right? But they literally like instill corporate shit and like infect you and corrupt you, right? I don't know. It's such an interesting sort of mirror in a way, right? I don't know. It's very fascinating. It's very, very cool. It's very Morrowind, right? It's part of what makes it so neat. All right, let's see. So over here, Dagothr winning. Okay. How does the Tribunal fight Dagothr? Oh, wait. Oh, I didn't finish this. And finally, perhaps because he is stronger and smarter than we are, and his followers more fervent and fanatical, I believe we were careless and complacent and outwitted. And in the matter of denying the Nerevarine, we were foolish. Alright. Tribunal fight Dagothr. In the past, the Tribunal made seasonal campaigns to Red Mountain. We slew Dagothr and his kin through the heart, though the heart always revived them in time. Later, when we realized we couldn't destroy them, we created the Ghost Fence to contain the threat. These solutions were effective until Dagothr ambushed us and captured Sunder and Keening. Since that time, our fortunes have waned as his increased. Right. Because in some ways, especially depending on who you ask in the Tribunal, some of their goals are not all too different, right? Because, like, the Tribunal, although it has a more theocratic bent, rather than the Sixth House, which is definitely more like ultra-nationalist or whatever, you know? They have very similar sort of ideals, right? They're not too far removed. Like, the big separation is how one, in that crucial moment, at Red Mountain all those years ago. That's really what separated them, right? And that's also part of what makes the whole situation with Dagoth with Vorin Dagoth, or Vorin Dagoth, super fucking sad, right? It makes it super duper fucking depressing how it all went down. Alright. Let's see. Later, when we realized, alright, yada yada yada, these solutions were effective until Dagoth ambushed us and captured Sunder and Keening. Since that time, our fortunes have waned, as his increased. Okay. Wraithguard's powers. Wraithguard's primary function is to protect the wearer from the fatal energies of the artifacts Sunder and Keening. It also has minor protective enchantments against physical and magical damage that you may find useful. Man. See, it feels very odd that, how much sense would it make if we had everybody at Hollomayan, you know? Like, we could bring Yagram Bagarn there. Like, we could bring... Maybe even Caius shows back up, right? Some of the more famed dissident priests in our travels, right? Maybe even Nibani Maesa is out there temporarily, or all of the, a representative from all the house. Well, no, maybe not that. But Nibani Maesa would definitely be out there, right? And so too would, like, an envoy of the Empire. And then maybe toward the end, like, everybody comes over to, led by the Nerevarine, they come over to the main palace temple here. And then, like, this would be the perfect time for someone like the last living dwarf to interject with some additional information or whatever, right? Almost as if you're traveling as, like, a party temporarily. Okay. Let's see. So, now after this, council. We've already asked about that. How about your library? I want your trust and willing cooperation. So I've had the priests make copies of a number of documents. They're here for you to read or take with you. Take a look at them. Help yourself. Okay, and then questions. You are curious. What really happened at Red Mountain? What really happened to the Dwemer? What was the Dwemer's sin? What is it like to be a god? Do I remember being mortal? How do I feel about the people of Morrowind? Alright, this is great stuff because this is very, like, personal stuff, right? It gives us a lot of insights into the character. Okay. Has Red Mountain here refreshed? It has not. Yeah. Okay. The Dwemer. I have no idea what happened to the Dwemer. I have no sense of them in the timeless divine world outside of mortal time. And, in fact, if I did believe they existed, I would be in no hurry to make contact with them. They may, with some justice, hold the Dunmer race responsible for their fate. My intuition is that they are gone forever, and that is perfectly fine with me. I love that. Fuck, I love that. Because it really paints him as, like, kind of quite sinister and menacing, right? But in a more subtle way. Alright. The Dwemer's sin. The sin of the Dwemer was the creation of a new god from the substance of a dead god, Lorcan. That is also the sin for which we would destroy Dagoth. I hesitate to call it sin. More properly, call it destructive evil. The sin of the tribunal, however, is in the breaking of an oath to Azura, to forbear from tapping the heart with Kagranak's tools, and in the folly of seeking to become gods. Breaking the oath was evil. Becoming gods was folly. If we sinned, we have paid the price. Oh, that's so good. Especially from Vivec, who is like distraught or rife with guilt and like second guessing and just like is incredibly fucking depressed and like out of it. Just completely out of it, as we're about to hear, I believe. What's it like to be a god? It is like being a juggler. Things are always moving, and you learn to know where they are without even thinking about it. Only there are many, many things moving, and sometimes, like any juggler, you drop something. I'm afraid it has become a lot more a matter of dropping things lately. There's too much to do, and not enough time. And I'm losing my touch. Perhaps I'm growing old. It is a bit like being at once awake and asleep. Awake, I am here with you, thinking and talking. Asleep, I'm very, very busy. Perhaps for other gods, the completely immortal ones, it is only like that, being asleep. Out of time. Me, I exist at once, inside of time and outside of it. It's nice never being dead too. When I die in the world of time, then I'm completely asleep. I'm very much aware that all I have to do is choose to wake. And I am alive again. Many times I have deliberately tried to wait patiently, a very long, long time, before choosing to wake up. And no matter how long it feels like I wait, it always appears, when I wake up, that no time has passed at all. That is the God place. The place out of time, where everything is always happening, all at once. Man, I need to see that movie. Jeez, is actually the title of that fucking movie, like, not derived from Morrowind? Surely not. Surely not derived from this line Morrowind. But surely both of the title and this line are maybe derived from something else, right? They have that commonality. I don't know, maybe it's a complete coincidence, right? Who can say? The Elder Scrolls. Who can say? All right. But also this line here about being asleep and awake and death in the waking world, it very much implies that they could very easily use Vivec or all of the Tribunal again in the future if they wanted to, right? And what better time to do that than when/if in the far-flung future they ever decide to do the Dwemer are back story arc, right? That'd be pretty primed for it, you know? And it would be cool to like turn to Vivec once more in this sleeping form, in this this godhead form or whatever, and speak with them there, and they just don't have that many answers for you, right? That would be kind of cool, and very in character for Vivec, I feel. At least as they're portrayed in Morrowind. Okay, let's see. Remember being mortal? I remember. I do not feel it. I can, if I choose, remember the feeling, but I do not choose. It is very, very sad being mortal. There is happiness, yes, but mostly sadness. As I have said, count only the happy hours. For mortals, they are all too few. But for gods, for me, there is no more feeling. Only knowing. Not quite no more feeling. I still want to win, I want to defeat Degathur. Perhaps I have lost the feeling for the people, for their suffering. I don't want that feeling. It is no use to me. That is no longer what matters to me. I only want not to lose. To lose would be very, very bitter. Oh, fuck. That's so fucking good, man. Also, here's another question. In reading this now, I cannot help but be reminded of fucking... Oh my god, what's his name? Dr. Manhattan from fucking Watchmen, huh? Isn't this is like carrying on in very similar tropes that Dr. Manhattan from Watchmen, the comic, the show, the movie, all of that very much treads in this same ground, right? Very similar stuff going on. I'm pretty sure the Watchmen comic predates Morrowind, though, right? I'm fairly certain. Okay. And people of Morrowind. How do you feel about the people of Morrowind? I love the people of Morrowind. I became a god to make their lives more comfortable and secure. I am most close to my faithful followers. I am literally in their hearts and minds. I feel the most sympathy with House Redoran. They are Dunmer driven by creeds and deeds, like I am. House Indoril is closer to the compassion and sympathy of Almalexia, a comfortable, secure serenity. House Telvanni matches the disposition of my brother Sothasil, iconoclastic, profane, unconventional. House Lalu represents the future of the Dunmer, integrated into the sophisticated mainstream of the traditionless, raceless, godless culture of the Empire. Jesus, wow! Man, that's wild! Okay. House Drace represents the past of pre-tribunal Great House culture, a persistent tradition of Daedra and ancestor-worshipping civilized Dunmer clans. And I even love the Ashlanders for their preservation of the most ancient barbarian tribal traditions of the Dunmer who first settled Morrowind. Man, I love that. Huh. That's fascinating. Especially in conflict here with perhaps I've lost the feeling for the people, for their suffering. Right? Comparing that line with saying that you love the people of Morrowind. Because both of those sentences, although, like, on the surface, can seem very much at odds with each other, right? Perhaps I have lost feeling for the people, for their suffering. I don't want that feeling. It is no use to me, right? But then here, I love the people of Morrowind. But what's really being said here, despite mentioning all of these interesting descriptions of all of the Dunmer of Morrowind and all of that, right? Despite it all, what's really being said here is at the beginning, right? Vivec loves the people because the people are the only thing that keeps Vivec sane. Vivec loves the people for a sense of purpose, right? Vivec loves the people because the people loving Vivec makes Vivec feel as if they have, like, I don't know, as if it wasn't all for naught, you know? As if they do have some purpose in doing all this, in this suffering that they have created for themselves, right? That feels like the truth of it, you know? Maybe I'm off base, but that feels like it to me right here, right now. All right. And finally, bitter recriminations. You want to chide me. Why did I murder Nerevar? Why did I break my oath to Azura not to use Kagranak's tools? Why did I cause others to suffer? Let's hear 'em. Why did you murder Nerevar? We did not murder Nerevar. The legend that we murdered Nerevar comes from a story told by a shield companion to Nerevar, Alandro Sul, who lived among the Ashlanders. The Ashlanders have retained Alandro Sul's account as part of their oral histories. The account is persuasive in some details, implausible in others, and is in any case false. I have 2 accounts of Nerevar's death here, in my library. Read them and judge for yourself. Right. Very much still, it's all open to interpretation, right? More concerned is Morrowind with painting a picture of the character, right? And the, socio-political landscape. And all of that conflict. I don't know. There's something kind of cool and poetic and artsy-fartsy about that. I kind of appreciate it. I wouldn't want all of my fiction or whatever to be in this indefinite state that Elder Scrolls frequently is. Right? I wouldn't want it all to be like this, but I do appreciate that some of it is, right? I do very much appreciate that some of it is. And it works very well within Elder Scrolls because it also kind of complements the mechanics of Morrowind, of the Elder Scrolls in general, where here's the game. The game itself is open mechanically to your interpretation. Do with it as you will. Mod it, right? It's in harmony, right? The sort of ethos of the Elder Scrolls works in harmony with the very mechanics of the games themselves, right? I don't know. It's very fucking neat, I think. Alright. Why did you break your oath? Along with Lord Nerevar, and at his insistence, Almalexia Sothasil and I swore before our god of oaths at the time, the Daedra Lord Azura, never to employ the tools of Kagranak for any purpose. We broke our oaths. We turned our backs on the old gods. I still see no compelling reason to worship any of the Aedra or Daedra. But, for the respect I held for Nerevar, and the respect I held for myself, I should never have betrayed my oath. Of all my life's actions, I most regret that failure. It is also interesting that Vivec tacks on, and the respect I held for myself, right? Because in many senses, Vivec is fairly narcissistic, right? As if it wasn't obvious, right? Us literally talking to Vivec in the city Vivec, where everybody worships Vivec and everything, right? And there's just endless luster to the name Vivec and all of that, right? And endless embellishments on these grandiose stories, right? And it feeds, right? It feeds back. All of that embellishment feeds back into Vivec's own sense of purpose, right? It helps to embellish on all of that. It helps to build up that sense of importance, to feel the love of these people who you sometimes don't even fully care for. You only care for them insofar as they affirm you, right? They keep you almost grounded, in a sense, right? All right. Cause others to suffer. Why did I cause others to suffer? I respect that question, and you for it. The most I can say is, I did the best I could, as I saw things. Can you, mortal, presume to judge the actions and motives of a god? But, Because I need you, and you need me. I will make an accounting for my sins to you. But not now. Destroy Degathur, and then we will discuss my sins. Then, perhaps you will have earned the right to judge me. Wow. All right. Cool. Probably the biggest exposition dump in the entire game. Certainly, if it's not the biggest, it's got to be the most weighty, right? Not only is it dense, or not only is it plentiful, but it is dense. All right. What all did we write? I accepted Wraithguard from Lord Vivec, and I swore my oath. Before all gods and men, before all spirits and invisible and invisible, before my honor and Vivec's honor, to dedicate myself and Wraithguard to the defeat and destruction of Degathur, and the preservation of Morrowind and its people. You know what? It almost reads as like a wedding oath, doesn't it? Huh. Or maybe that's just how regular oaths are read, right? Maybe I'm reading into that bit too much. Vivec somehow taught me how to use Wraithguard. He then offered to give some explanations or let me go immediately, as I wished. To defeat Degathur, Vivec says I must go to Red Mountain to recover the artifact Sunder from Gate Citadel Viminal. Then the artifact Blade Keening from Gate Citadel Odrosel. Then, with these artifacts and Wraithguard, if I destroy the enchantments on the Heart of Lorkhan in Degathur's Citadel, Degathur will be destroyed, and the Blight ended. Vivec gave me the plan to defeat Degathur, to explain the details. Right. And back here is a collection of all the good stuff, right? Which I think maybe we'll read as time goes on and all of that. Because although we've read them certainly in the past, they are very pertinent to the main story, right? So perhaps we'll reread these as we make progress and even as we finish the main quest, right? Maybe we'll spread them out over a period of 4 weeks or so. Or maybe do 2. I don't know. Because if I remember, at least 2 of these, I'm pretty sure, are also extremely long, right? And I think one of them reiterates a lot of what Vivec just said to us, except in different words, so to speak. Right? I don't know. I'm unsure of how to proceed with these. Maybe we'll just play it by ear or whatever, right? We'll just pop them open as we go through, you know? Definitely start with this one, though, I think. Plan to defeat. Yeah. All right. Well, when next we come back, I guess we got a lot of shit on our table. Until next time, please take care of each other.